Moving into the workforce, I do shift work, and so for me, dealing with diabetes and the overnight shifts, just the schedule is variable throughout the week. I do 2 days, 2 nights, and then have some days off. So everything from trying to control your basal rates to making sure you have a different set for your overnight versus your day shift, and the variability in nursing in terms of that lunch might not always be at 12 o'clock. So it was a really big transition in that sense, getting used to the shift work.
I'm still sort of in transition. I'm still in school but working as well as a resident. So the biggest thing was adjusting to my working schedule. I work a lot of 24 to 27 hour shifts, and so just learning what to do with my insulin around that time was tricky, and thankfully I found good endocrinologists and diabetes nurse educators and dietitians who could help with that. So I've sort of figured out how to adjust my basal rates on my insulin pump, and how to manage eating in an erratic schedule.
I think in any transition, so I have lived with diabetes for 24 years, since I was 2 years old. So there's a lot of transition in life, and it's not just in going into school, but it's meeting new people, it's getting into a new schedule and habit. I found that having a good support system was very important, letting the people close to me know that I am living with type 1 diabetes, for them to look out for me, but also not to just think of me as someone living with type 1 diabetes. I'm still a person, I'm capable of everything, but it's just sometimes having that support to say, I'm really not having a good day today, can you help me out this way?
I always knew that I wanted to do something in the education system, whether it be a teacher or what I do now as a CYW. I wanted to be in that setting, just because for me, my experience, especially in high school, with the support that I had, really influenced me to pass on that teaching, that ideals, those morals to the kids that I would be working with, and sort of cement my, foot, I guess you could say, in the legacy.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. There's definitely been highs and lows to it, as well as with blood sugar management. But it's just been so good because I get to be with people every day, and in my role as a physio, I get to work with people who have lifelong conditions. Some of them have diabetes, some have persistent pain or lung conditions, and so I'm able to use the things that I learned to manage my health to help them manage their health. As well as to share that, I'm not just your physio and you're my patient. We're actually like a team working on this together, and I also have my bad days just as you do. So I've been able to be more empathetic because of having diabetes, and so yeah, it's been a good transition. Obviously there's hard times, but I use the CGM a lot to help me manage my sugars so I can provide good care to my clients.
So I am a nurse, so I started out in hospital work, which shift work is very challenging on diabetes, blood sugars, not knowing what your shift is going to be like. Now I work in the insulin pump industry as a diabetes nurse educator. So it is a bit easier because people understand what my diabetes is like, because I'm working with a bunch of people that are diabetes educators, but it's just making sure you advocate for yourself and your diabetes and speaking up if you need time for something.
Well, I think one of the big changes in moving into the workforce is I work in a consulting environment, so we can have long hours and client demands plus a fair amount of traveling. So certainly that requires some adaptation in schedules when you move across time zones and long flights and things of that nature. I think in my industry, one of the things that has actually benefited me from my experience in living with diabetes is ability to prepare and make sure that you have the right supplies on hand and have done the preparation before activities.